New this morning, more than 300 new laws now in place here in Virginia.
Each year on July 1st, most of the laws passed throughout the previous year are put into place. And there are thousands of bills discussed in the House of Delegates and the Senate, but only a few hundred of them actually make it into laws.
WSLS 10's Aaron Brookshire joins us live this morning explaining specific legislation working to protect children across the Commonwealth.
Yeah, that's right. Out of the hundreds of new laws, there are quite a few that have been put in place to help our children and keep them safe. As of today, adults will have to put out their cigarettes when they're in the car with a child 8 years old or younger. The law states that anyone in a car who holds a lit pipe, cigar, cigarette, or other smoking equipment will have to pay a fine of $100. Local Delegate Sam Rasool has several children of his own and says laws like this to protect kids are very important to him.
The secondhand smoke is so much more dangerous than the primary smoke, and what we want to do is make sure that young child who doesn't have a voice, that they're protected here in Virginia.
Another law now in place to make sure our kids are healthier deals with physical activity. Each elementary student in kindergarten through 5th grade will now be required to have at least 20 minutes of physical activity each day, or an average of 120 minutes a week.
The big thing is that a third of our children are obese. And so with that obesity epidemic that we have with young children, requiring that physical activity each day, I think is important for their health and their mind as well.
Higher requirements are still in place for older kids. All students in grades 6 through 12 will be required to meet a goal of at least 150 minutes of physical activity each week. And another interesting law dealing with schools as well as local governments is about flags. So now they all have to buy their flags, state and national flags within the United States. So definitely helping the local economy too.
Yeah, and you know, we just did this story recently about how exercise and spending time on exercise and less time on instruction really doesn't make that big of a difference when it comes to grades.
Yeah, so very cool there.
Maybe work out some of that energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe get you refocused as you go back into the classroom, and you're good to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron.